keep calm and cut him off. We're continuing our reading session by Bruce Bryans. Cutting ties with a man who doesn't want you creates the mental and emotional space in your life for men who do want you and who may have been waiting for you to get rid of your dead weight. While there are a handful of super lucky individuals out there who either end up marrying the first person they have ever dated or end up marrying their high school sweethearts for life, for the rest of us hapless mortals, dating is a number game. The more people you meet and date, the more variety of personalities, romantic behaviors, and attachment style you get to experience, which should ultimately lead you to finding your very own Mr. Right, a man who almost seems tailor-made to love and cherish you. Problem is, this number game can quickly begin to work against you if you find yourself getting stuck on guys who aren't tailor-made to love you and cherish you. I have observed this happen to countless smart, attractive, and successful women, where they allow low interest, indecisive, or opportunistic men to waste their precious time and attention. Keep in mind that I'm not talking about situation where a guy is using lies and seduction to keep a woman confused and emotionally hooked. I'm referring mainly to those situations in which a man has made it clear that he cannot or won't commit to a woman, but she still entertains his presence in her life. Distancing yourself from a man who doesn't want you or who simply isn't capable of loving you in the way you need gives you an opportunity to see what else is out there waiting for you. You may think that keeping in a contact with a guy like this isn't a big deal, but remember, if he can easily communicate and interact with you, there is always the risk that he will attempt to make a move on you. If you fall for his moves again, that's just more of your time and attention that you have wasted on him again. And you already know what that feels like. You must preserve both your time and attention as being finite resources because they are. Once you spend them on something or someone, that's it. This is why you must have an almost ruthless approach to men who reject you. A man who rejects you in your mind must no longer exist. He is no longer a priority candidate for your love. He has forfeited all access to your time and attention. See your time and attention as a valuable, finite assets that you refuse to waste. Resist the temptation to indulge a man after he rejects you and see his attempts to communicate and interact with you for what they are, a scam. If he's already made it clear that he doesn't want you or want a relationship with you, the only reason for him keeping in touch with you is to scam you for more of that precious time and attention that he likes to simply that he likes to sample from now and then to sample. Don't allow a man who doesn't really want you to sample your time and attention. Those guys are like those individuals who enjoy going back to the same food vendors for free samples, but they never buy. They are also like those amusing individuals who love to go to a car dealership to test drive a particular make and model over and over again, but they never buy it. Once a guy is giving you all the signs that he is just perpetual sampler, cut off his access and get on with your life. Give yourself the space and distance you need to get back in the game to meet and date other men. Reserve those samples of your time and attention for other high potential suitors. There may even be a few of them in your current environment right now. Guys who may be very attracted to you but whom you probably haven't noticed yet because of your current enrapturement. I don't know what this means. I know what this means, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Enrapturement with the Mr. Sampler. Remember, for most people, dating is a numbers game. It's a game that often requires strategic thinking and ruthless tactic for finding romantic happiness, especially when dating with individuals such as Mr. Sampler. If a romance is dead, dying, or isn't leading to anything, don't allow yourself to get stuck on its inert remains. Don't allow yourself to be stuck on its inert remains. Just keep moving forward and do everything in your power to ensure that you don't waste your finite resources on the last cause love affair. I like this guy and I like this chapter. We're done with this small portion here. I think that I can name a lot of people and a lot of people that I meet when I go out that they're in same situationship with the guys that will flirt with other people in front of them and we be like casual, we're just friends. But you could see that these people eventually are intimate and the person on one or the other side, it's just leading the second person along without being either on a relationship or just friends. Here in American culture, I notice lately as I'm trying to change my circle of friends and so on, most of the people that are not sexually interested in you, they're not gonna want to know you. I've been struggling with this, or people who notice that they don't have any sexual encounters with you after a certain period of time, they start to act very hostile, unfriendly, not appreciating you. I feel like in America, friendship is there is no values for friendship here. Sadly, most of the people are not interested in being friends or making friends. I don't know if it's Denver, but I think like in the biggest city, people are so lost in the crowd, in the noise, in the bars, in the shine of nightlife, that they are waiting for tomorrow to meet somebody better, to be a better friend, a better something. I was seeing someone and he said when I wanted to have a space from this person, he was like, well, I want to be friends or nothing. And the truth is that I needed just some space. And this person didn't care about my feelings or what I needed or what I wanted. They kind of try to order you what to be the relationship with words, and on the other side, most of people would not care to be your friends in the real meaning of the words, to be there for you, let's say talk to you, or go just to go to a concert, just go to do something fun. So I like a lot of what I like about this chapter is that don't allow man who doesn't want you to sample your time. And definitely it's very difficult to be alone. I remember when I was living in Italy, a friend of mine in the university was telling me that if he doesn't have a girlfriend, he can't go out, because if you go out alone in the cinema, you consider kind of weirdo. So he would have a temporary or not very valuable girlfriend just so he can look accepted by the society. Just to go out with someone, just to have a company. I like this chapter. I don't know if you want to share your thoughts, but I think it's very powerful because this writer teaches you to respect your time. And yes, indeed, being alone is very difficult. Doing everything alone is challenging. And as a woman, I think no matter how successful you are, you just want to be a little girl sometimes, just not to think where you're going, just to have someone to take charge of you, like taking you somewhere that it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, just deciding and doing the right thing, just making you mentally relax and not always think about anything or think where or what. Or I think it's a lonely world. But lately maybe the last 5 or 6 months, I would say, since I decided not to use any dating apps and just to focus on trying to understand myself and my dating experiences, a long-term relationship that I had, and what things I stand without, how much I compromise with myself, what I decided to work on, what errors I did in my previous relationship, and what could I have done better or differently to stand for my values and for what I believe in, and to just become a better person, if I can say so. This is why I decided to post this dating that I was having with a person I think it's about 2 months now. And having someone that would care about you and your well-being when you decide that you don't want to date for some time, but you want to work on certain things and try to understand yourself. It's challenging because sometimes you have those moments that you just want to have company or you want to go out and do something fun. But I feel like here in America, a lot of people are, despite of this fantasy that we are free here and everybody is so open and they have so much fun, I feel like people are seriously sexually frustrated. And every time you go out, now that I decide to not date, to meet people, to make friends and know someone, eventually, I notice that everywhere I go, people are sexually orientated, or there is a lot of pressure for a sexuality, sexual conversations. A lot of people, I can name maybe 5 guys at the gym, will come and tell me what great lovers they are, which is very weird in my opinion. Why I would care? I don't even know you. Like, this is not even my business. And this experience make me feel very, very uncomfortable, to be honest with you. Even going out with people that pretend to be your friends, and they say that they care, but then they have this resentment, and if you talk to someone else, another guy, they get jealous and frustrated and angry, and they don't even know you. I haven't met anyone in this country that cared to know me. And I don't say care to know me because I'm smart, but just care what kind of coffee I like, or if I want a sugar in my coffee. I'm talking about little damn things like how I interact with people and what makes me be interested in someone. I feel like the most of people here have agenda, even girls, unfortunately. They have agenda for something, and if you don't fit in that, they get very angry and resentful towards you. And moral of this chapter is, there was this person at the gym, and he was like, I'm Christian, and he was kind of pretending to be this Christian man with values and all this blah blah blah. And I was like, oh great, he's Christian, he's not gonna pressure me for anything sexual, I want to be his friend. And soon after, I realized that this person is 30 years old virgin who decided to hide behind Christianity. But I think he was just afraid to meet people, and I don't say to be sexual, but to have emotional connection. I know this person, I see him at the gym probably a year and a half now, and I noticed that there was a situation, and you can, as they say in the Bible, believe it or not, there is very, very interesting wisdom in the Bible. They say you're going to recognize the reals by their actions. How to recognize someone, it's by their action. So there was this person at the sauna who really aggressed me because I refused to go to hot springs with him. I refused to go to a 5-day vacation. Everybody thinks that I'm crazy. It's okay. The thing is that I don't want to be stuck with a stranger in a hotel feeling uncomfortable. I don't want to be in one space with anyone who I don't know to have to spend overnight. I don't want to put myself under to this stress. So I said no politely, let's go for coffee. And this person would aggressor me and call me very not nice, offensive words in front of everyone. And I couldn't handle this no more. He would like belittle me and bully me and harass me at the gym every time he would see me, basically. And this time it was him, his friend, and another 5 guys, including this great Christian guy who thinks that he's something simply because he's virgin. And so he aggressed me, and all of these people in the sauna that be pretending to be my friends and talk and maybe being interested because I'm a foreigner and I have accent, making advances of me, some of them, they just stood there and watched this man harass me and bully me and physically threatening me and stuff like that. To the point that I told him that I'm gonna call 911 if he can't control himself, because there is nothing that I have done to deserve this type of behavior. And all of these guys would just watch, including this Christian, perfectly looking on a book guy. They all felt like very, very happy to see that. And for my surprise, the friend of this guy stand up and literally kick him out of the sauna and apologize. And I was thinking, all of these fake people that pretend to be my friend, and they see somebody aggressor me and they're okay with that. I will tell you, most of the guys who see another male aggressor a female that have a healthy psyche, I don't want to say fight, but as a male will feel compelled to stand up and say, excuse me, sir, don't talk like that. You should not talk like that. Just say something. Including all of those people, including this Christian man, because it's not a man in my eyes since this moment, sit there and watch, not say a word, not say anything. And I was curious how sick those guys are, so I decided to ask them an advice. I said, so guys, do you think that I should complain to the gym and request to ask him to speak with respect? This really harassed me and it really affects me I don't deserve that. And this perfect Christian male suggests that I should not pay any attention to being harassed, offended, and name called, that I should just drop it off. And so most of those people felt comfortable with aggressoring another woman in front of them. And if we think what's the main role of a male in society and in relationship and at all, what in your opinion is the main role of a male? And the main role by nature is protector. And if you have those men around you who are sampling your time and acting like they're the man of a catch, and then in this type of situation they show that they're just simply nothing, nobody, failing on the main role of a protector. So I was feeling so bad about this, but I did went and I did complain to the manager of the gym, and I requested him to, I actually literally citate the nasty words that this guy told me, and I said, it's been 6 months now and I really don't feel comfortable with this person doing that. So they requested him to be respectful, and that's it. I never see him again. But the moral of this story is the main role of a male is protector, and if you have no protector around yourself, you have to learn to protect your femininity and your feminine energy by standing up for yourself. And sometimes I don't feel comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable going to the manager and telling her a bunch of vulgarity coming from this person. I didn't feel comfortable repeating those words. I feel ashamed to actually state what was happening. But the truth is that if you don't stand up for your time and for respect, you would probably continue to, I don't know how long this guy would have continued more to harass me and bully me, you know. So sample of free time, and this is when I realized that independently how much I want to make friends, and I see a lot of people don't want to be alone. They just want to make any friends or anyone around, but just be with yourself. I ask myself, do I really want to be friends with this guy? And the answer was no. Next thing I know, this guy, the holy Christian guy, was telling me some very, very unattractive things about his friend. And I start to admire his friend, because his friend never ever said a word about this person. I was saying, this guy is very, very sick. But yeah, only in a certain situations, and again, what a person do can show you better who they are and what they stand for. I think a lot of people have not aligned their fantasy idea of themselves and who they are and what they actually stand for. I just have another story coming to my head about someone, but I'm gonna end this chapter here. What kind of stories did you guys had in your head about sample of your time, and how you can use your time to grow and learn and read a book, for example, like you're doing with me, or do something useful for your own growth as a human, as a male, a female, or a woman. Thank you guys for being here, and please do write me your comments below. Bye-bye.